It's the reason for the season. Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year, and I thought I'd take a moment on video to chat about some of the gear I've been most thankful for. I reviewed a lot of tech in 2020. I'm still finishing reviews for 2020, and this list is personal. This isn't gonna be a traditional top 5. I'm not ranking or declaring gadgets of the year. I'm not about winners and losers in my reviews, and this list isn't going to be that either. So don't take omissions as some kind of condemnation of a gadget you might own. It's only my good feels and a place to have some fun conversations about trends this year in the comments down below. Starting off this list, audio is a critical aspect of any gadget ownership. This year saw a terrific trend in both high-end audiophile gear and more mainstream consumer audio tech. While our phones continue losing critical components like headphone jacks, we saw a collection of amps and adapters to make premium listening more accessible. Amps to drive nicer headphones, USB audio devices, ever-improving noise reduction technology, THX certifications, and a new generation of hybrid wired and wireless gear. I still think it's a bad idea to remove a universal connector from a piece of communications tech, but this was a good year for those of us who care about our ears, and we got better options to fix all the ways our audio tech has been broken. Next up, what about getting more use out of our gadgets? Now, some of my favorite reviews are accessories that expand the use of the gadgets we buy. Tripods, mounts, portable monitors, docks, cables. We spend a lot on a core piece of technology, but it often doesn't take much to push that gadget to a higher tier. Getting our money's worth is a fun journey, especially when good accessories make a gadget a perfect fit for our individual needs. For number 3, a smaller audio trend. You know I had to include more than one audio bullet point. I mean, come on. I spent some time making a handful of audio tech and hearing health videos this year, and the industry took some small but important steps for protecting our hearing. Active noise cancellation was a feature many consumers invested in this year on newer headphones and earbuds, and even true wireless options. More manufacturers added better tools for tuning and customizing playback, and we saw a second generation of hearables, products that blur the line between consumer audio gear and medical-grade hearing aids. We're still facing a rise in rates of hearing loss across all age groups, but new tech like ANC and hearables are protecting our hearing while also delivering a higher quality audio experience. I'm definitely thankful for that. Now, I'm a mobile-focused reviewer, and for the phones themselves, there wasn't one winner, but a winning trend across the whole year. If you'll pardon the brief tangent, 2019 was kind of panned as being a boring year for phones. But what we really got was the peak year of refinement for the traditional idea of a glass-on-glass slab of smartphone. From 2019 on, rectangular communication pocket computers really don't get much better. 2020, however, was an incredible year for experiments. Manufacturers sliding into new form factors, stretching software and UI to its limits, and truly enabling new experiences we can't achieve on traditional slate phones. Since this video is what I'm thankful for personally, it's been all about dual display, a more durable, less expensive way to increase screen real estate and deliver a more robust multitasking experience. But we can't write off the other bold experiments: folding OLEDs, motorized parts, gaming phones with extra buttons and active cooling. As we start looking to 2021, there's a bit of a Wild West feel, an excitement looking into the unknown. Phones haven't felt this fresh in a while. And closing out my list of my most thankful tech, we're ending on kind of a sad note, and the only specific product on this list. If you'll pardon another brief aside, I'm a radical progress kind of guy. I don't like the idea of advancement in consumer tech being tied up by companies that have an interest in protecting product lines. We all have to wait longer for new gear until those companies are willing to start disrupting established products and offer up these new experiences. It's often up to smaller and boutique companies to jump way ahead with an idea, but in our current tech discussion climate, those companies are now often punished for very minor compromises, rough edges, or not attaining some magical threshold of worth itness. A lot of companies get punished for being first, especially on those products for which there literally is no competition. The idea is so new. But back to the point of this video, the Focals by North take my top spot in 2020, even though they came out last year. What started as an ultra premium and limited novelty evolved and refined, became one of the most satisfying accessories to pair with a phone. While still a bit heavy and requiring a very specific fit for the lens to work, the experience delivered was unparalleled. Information at eye level is sublime. Messages, lists, navigation, all floating in your field of view. Nearly any interaction on your phone accomplished through some of the best speech-to-text I've ever used and some of the best predictive replies I've ever seen. And it was all tied to a control interface on a discrete wearable that minimized distractions and didn't immediately broadcast to everyone around you that you were doing something techie. At the end of 2019, I was already glowing on the Focals and considered them a solid accessory. And then the pandemic hit, and my Focals became an incredible way to manage excursions to grocery stores. I wasn't fiddling with the phone or bypassing Face Unlock. I wasn't wiping fingers over a screen or a smartwatch. Rarely do we really get to test our tech like this. The Focals proved themselves, moving from premium novelty to a hardy accessory I could rely on. And then they were gone. North got bought up by Google, so plans for a Focals 2 were shelved. The servers supporting the first generation Focals were unplugged. For a brief moment, we had this wonderful glimpse of a future I really liked, and then the door was closed on that future. I still like smartwatches and communicator earbuds, but it certainly feels like a step back from face computing and having your own discrete heads-up display. For just a moment, I had this thing I've been wanting for years now, so I'm thankful I got to play with it. Techies can sit back and pat themselves on the back for tough criticisms and telling people to wait for future iterations of a bold new idea, but that never moves the market forward. When we get a chance at something new, sometimes we gotta take that risk. Now we don't get a Gen 2 of this brilliant idea, and nothing has risen up to fill the void left by Focals by North. So that's my list. The top tech trends this year I was most thankful for. And I hope you'll continue the conversation in the comments down below with the tech you were most thankful for. As we close in on my favorite holiday of the year, and in a crazy upside down world right now, my hope for you remains. This Thanksgiving, I hope you are safe. I hope you are warm. I hope you are well fed. And while it's not the safest idea to travel or to host parties right now, thanks to this amazing technology we have access to, I hope you still get to spend some time virtually with the people who care about you. From my family to yours, happy Thanksgiving, and I'll catch you all on the next video.